I've been shopping. Really sad fact, Sarah's stuff, like this bag, which is great, which came from What Sarah Did, that sold just a load of products with my name on, which is great, has closed down because I'm guessing that's kind of a niche market and us Sarahs are a thrifty beast. So that's quite sad, but I am still enjoying this bag. But I've been shopping. I went to TK Maxx and also on the way home, the charity shop. So I've got 2 new thrifty finds and one kind of spooky Halloween TK Maxx item. So this is the charity shop that's super expensive on bric-a-brac. But it is like the closest, biggest one that has like free parking outside. So we tend to go there a lot. So the first thing was this. This is originally from Hobbycraft. I think it may have been a Christmas thing, just going by the red tree thing. But it's tea light holders. And originally I picked it up like that way round and thought that they had already been painted. But no, they're blank, which is a joy to behold because that's like half the job done. And I kind of always liked those like house tea lights where you have like little windows lit up. And that's quite nice. None of them have chimneys with a hole in. Oh, the middle one does, yes! So that one might become an incense cone holder because I've always wanted an incense cone holder with a little house chimney for the smoke to come out of. So I'm very excited to paint those. I don't have any ideas for them currently, but I'll think of something, don't you worry. The other thing was something that I saw as soon as I walked in and knew I had to have because it was broken. And I love broken stuff, apparently. So it's this refillable advent calendar type thing. It has 2 busted doors that just don't want to stay shut. I think because the peg is a little bit too loose. But yeah, it's very dusty and very crusty. But it has 24 days. And each one has a little hole. It has some like glitter on top, which is going to have to be gouged off. And then also on top in these holes was originally this monstrosity, which was barely holding on with some sellotape because it's broken. It just comes right out. £4 this was. Daylight robbery. But I was so committed to the idea of doing something with it that I had to buy it. So at present, my ideas for this are I could turn this round and like paint something on the back because it is perfectly smooth. Santa doesn't seem like he's going to want to go anywhere, but I'll just spray over him and then put it back the other way around. So that could be quite nice. It could be like a little apothecary type thing, and I could keep like crystals and stuff in here. A lot of my crystals are small tumblestones, and I thought they would chill out, and then in each drawer I could maybe like write the name of the crystal on there, so they would all be perfectly organized and it would look really cute. Or if I can't fix the doors or face the prospect of painting all of the little nooks and crannies, I could rip all the doors off and just have like these apothecary kind of shelf type things going on, and that would probably also work. But we'll see what is going to get done with this. But it is quite exciting, and I'm looking to get some arts and crafts inspiration going before I look at these again and paint them. I may actually need to go buy more paint, but that's a whole separate issue. But yeah, these are my 2 new products. And I'll also show you the TK Maxx thing that I bought when it's clean, because currently it's in the wash. The other thing I got has just had a wash, and it is this from TK Maxx. It's $7.99 from the Wellness brand, which I've never heard of before. But it's meant to keep hot things hot, cold things cold. And I decided that I wanted one just so I can take hot drinks out with me when I go, ironically, to jumble sales, which is hopefully happening soon. I usually get that early, and I thought a nice cup of tea while I wait would be great. I didn't particularly want this design specifically. They had one that was pine trees, and they had another one that was matte black with a glow-in-the-dark white cat that you might have seen in my little video clips in my haul video. But both of those were really dinged up, like someone had scrubbed them backwards and forwards on a concrete floor. So I decided to get this one instead. It's quite cool, understated. I like the design, it's fine. It's just not my favourite out of the 3 that they had. They actually had a really nice Galaxy one, but it was Science Museum branded, and it said Science Museum on it in big letters, which I wasn't keen on, and it was $12.99. So that's like probably my last Halloween thing for this year from TK Maxx. I've washed up my advent calendar with some flash, and we're going to start working on ideas for painting that soon. Hey guys, I've been out thrifting again today, and I'm going to show you what I've got. Spoiler alert, if you get acrylic paint on your bedding, it will not come off. So now my bed is permanently going to look like a tiny murder scene. But anyway, the first thing I want to show you is this, which I got for like a DIYing thing. I nearly bought a doll's house. It was like a really old kind of, I think it's called Triang, the company, but like a really old vintage one. It was £12, which was really reasonable, but I felt like it was like a bigger project that I really wanted to take on and didn't know what I'd do with it once it was done. This was only £1.50. They had these in B&M bargains a while ago, and they were like £4, so I didn't buy them. But I bought this because it's a nice shape. I really like this like shape along the top, and I wanted to do something kind of cool and spooky, maybe to keep my like bath salts and stuff in their like mason jars. I think that could look quite cool. So I'm going to make that over. In the same charity shop, I also found tarot cards. I don't know why I always buy these. Every time I see tarot cards, I'm like, gotta buy them. This one is just blank. It's like a make your own one in case you lose it, but pretty like simple designs, but they are really nice. I like the kind of tall and skinny ones. But here we go. Here are some of the pictures. They kind of remind me of the Rider-Waite ones, but just maybe a little bit more cartoony. Whoa! What has happened to this tower? That is, that's 2020 right there. Oh boy. So those are some tarot cards. They were £1 for the deck. They might go into a mixed wicker lot, or I might keep them. Depends. I also got this lump of black fabric. It is a dress. You're just probably going to have to trust me on that. It's one of these like stretch jersey dresses from whatever that brand is. But yeah, it's got like 3/4 length sleeves, a kind of like elasticated waist. It's super big and baggy, and it was only £2. I think it's got kind of a big white stain on the front. But I'm just trying to find a size label in here. Hello! Ah, here we go. It is made in Romania. A 32/30. So that's like a good 5-6 sizes too big for me. But I got it because I need like a summer dress, even though it's autumn, for like when it's hot again in like next year. And this feels like kind of a nice, not nylon-y material, more kind of cottony. So I'm going to bleach tie-dye that. If you're following me on Instagram, which you should be, over at WitchFix Podcast, I've recently done some bleach tie-dyeing t-shirts. I do this to a lot of clothes, some of my parents' clothes as well, because we all accidentally spill bleach or oil on ourselves quite a lot, and it's like the best way to make the clothing still good. So I'm going to bleach tie-dye that and probably put a picture of that up on Instagram when that's done. Last but not least, I ran out of my finishing spray that I've been doing like most of my crafts with, like the Plasticoat clear spray, and I wanted one that I can apply with a paintbrush because I feel like I don't have a lot of control over the spray and it drips and it puddles and all that nonsense. So I bought this. This is from The Range. If you go to the arts and crafts section, there's a bit at the back where they have like the professional acrylic paints for artists and all the fancy brushes and stuff, and they have like mediums which you can like mix in with them and make them like textured or thicker or thinner or whatever. And this is gloss varnish. It comes in 3 sizes. This is the smallest, and it was £3.99, which is quite pricey, but I got a fair amount for that. And you just apply it with a paintbrush over your finished dried acrylic paint, and you can wash the brush then in water. So that seems like a good thing, and it's from the brand Galleria acrylic mediums, and it comes in gloss, matte and satin, but I could only afford to get one of them, so I went for gloss. So hopefully I'm going to be finishing my wooden storage bin with that, and that's all I got. We'll see how that goes, and I'll keep you abreast of the makeover of this box as well. Hi guys, it's me. Today we went to the first Carboot sale of 2020, and possibly it's going to be the last one as well, because we didn't really realise that they were on, and also the restrictions are sort of coming back into force now because people can't do what they're told. So we went to that, and aside from an alarming number of people not wearing masks, we did pick up some bargains, so I'm going to take you through that now. Unfortunately, the thrifty jumble sale things that I got really excited about last year, they are being discontinued, perhaps permanently, due to like coronavirus, and also because it's a lot for the volunteers and stuff to handle. More on that situation as it develops. But for now, into the haul. So the first thing that I got, and it was actually the first thing that I bought, so that's pretty good. Also, I got a new computer chair, so now you won't have to hear it creaking constantly, because long story short, I sat in it and it just tipped to the side and broke. So I mean, it lasted me a good number of years, but it's dead now. So I bought this. I've been looking for one of these. The thing that got me into doing like thrift store makeovers was watching Mariah Elizabeth's channel, which if you're on YouTube now, you've probably already seen, because she has like millions and millions and billions and squillions of views. Because, I mean, she's amazing. I love watching her art, even if her like aesthetic and style is very different to mine. But it's just nice to watch, and she's hilarious as well. But she made over something like this. I think of these as jewellery wardrobes. I have no idea if they've got like a fancy name. But when I was growing up in like the 90s, everybody had these. Like my mum's friends' kids, who we used to play with all the time, they had all the stuff that we didn't have. They had like Sylvanian families and Barbie dolls and all of the stuff that we didn't have because it was like brand name toys. But they also had these, and they kept like costume jewellery and stuff in them. And I was kind of obsessed. And when I saw Mariah make one of these over, I was like, oh my god, I have to get one. I have to paint it. So I found this at the Carboot sale, and it's massive, actually. It's kind of bigger than all the other ones that I'd previously seen. I kind of want to turn it into something to keep crystals in, or tools, or maybe like some of my decks and stuff. We'll see what I end up using this for. But he wanted £5 for it. It's apparently musical as well, but when I got it home and tested that, it doesn't work, although it did work when he showed it to me, so there's clearly a knack to it. He wanted 5, I offered 3, and he took it, so this is mine now for £3, and it has a big surface area to paint on. These, I don't really know what to do with. These panels are glass, but these seem to be like plasticky transfers, and there doesn't seem to be a way to get those off, which is a shame, because I kind of wanted to go for like a different theme and do maybe some paint on the glass as well, like with glass paint, to make it look fancy. But we might end up decoupaging over the glass, or removing it and replacing it with plain plastic so I can paint that, or trying to soak those off. I don't know, but we're going to make this over. It's going to be fantastic. So we have that as a project. God, that's heavy. The second thing that I bought was, unsurprisingly, more paint, because I am going through the stuff quite a lot with all my projects. But someone was selling like mostly full tubes of acrylic paint from quite good brands as well. Like I've used this one before. They were £1 per tube, and if I buy these from like the range, they're like £1.99 to £2.50 depending on the brand. So I was pretty happy with that. I got black because I use a lot of that. This is like a really nice kind of sheeny metallic purpley blue kind of colour. It's got like a weird shine. I don't know if that's like the name of it, but Diner, I guess. And then this is a kind of bright rusty red, which I don't know if I'm going to use, but I can always use it to make like orange and purple and stuff, because I don't tend to use a lot of red on things. So that was a nice little bargain. Then we went to the Carboot sale that's down the road from that one. So technically 2 Carboot sales, but everyone who goes to the first one usually goes to the second one, so I kind of count them as one. And I got these. I saw this one first and got it, and she said it was 50p, that all the picture frames were 50p, and then I saw this one, which is stained glass, which is really nice. But I wanted to do something with glass paint. Again, I saw Mariah do something with making glass paints out of gel food colouring and PVA glue. I might get proper glass paint or not. But I was thinking of that colouring book I got in last month's occult box, and it had some really nice art in there, which I said I'm not really into colouring, but I thought I could put it under the glass and then trace over it with this like stained glass paint edging pen that I've had for like a while and haven't used, and then colour it in, and then because it already has stained glass edges, just stand it up in the like the window, and it would look lovely. So that's going to be a little experiment, but those are 50p each, so I thought I'll take a gamble. Then I got these, which were £1 for the lot. They're just little plastic. I have no idea what these are for. They have like measurements on the side, so my gut says something to do with babies, like maybe baby food or something, if you make your own, whatever. Little lidded plastic pots. I've been using recycled Lush pots because when I mix colours, they tend to dry out if you just like leave them lying around. I actually have a palette which I've wrapped in a sort of plastic postage envelope, which keeps it fresh mostly, but if I want to make big amounts, like to paint that whole thing, these are going to be really handy for keeping that paint fresh. So got a load of those, so that was pretty cool. And the last thing is the thing I'm most excited about. This is up on eBay. It might have sold by the time this video goes up, but I did contemplate keeping it for a good minute there. It is this. If you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen this, but it's a buffalo horn drinking mug, sort of Viking style. It's got this kind of gap here. I think it's just where the base has been misaligned, where they've put this wood base on, because inside, if you hold it up to the light, there aren't any holes. There are just bits where the light comes through the kind of light parts of the horn. But it's like a really nice one. It's not got any cracks or anything. Probably just been mostly decorative use. And I know lots of people like these, like the whole Viking Norse thing. Maybe you want to use this as a chalice or just altar decoration, or just not even pagan wise, just have it because they like Vikings. I've seen these in shops in Glastonbury. They're about sort of £20 to £25, like depending on the size. But she asked for £5 for it, and I was going to haggle, and then I sort of thought, she doesn't seem the haggling kind, so I just paid £5. So I've put that up on eBay, and we'll see if it sells. If not, I'm quite happy to keep it because it is nice, but I already have a chalice of my own, and I never really fill it up that much. So having this whole thing is kind of a waste for me. But that was a pretty cool discovery, and definitely worth going to the Carboot. So a pretty good haul for the first one of the year, potentially the last. And a lot of hand sanitizer was used, and a lot of social distances were observed. But it was a lot of fun, and I have missed doing these. So let me know if you've missed them too, and hopefully I'll get to go to some jumble sales maybe next year. I don't know, but it has been a lot of fun going out today and getting some bargains. So in the meantime, give this video a thumbs up if you're looking forward to seeing this get made over, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!